Why some people are happy and others are not. Some people succeed and others don't. As a therapist working globally for 30 years, also a psychologist and coach, truth bombs, take what you want, leave what you don't. Essentially, that's what Paul's responding to, video title. Thank you, Paul. We're being seduced and gaslit by systems. We are tribal beings and we no longer have tribe. We are seduced to think that we are a failure because we don't feel good about a culture that says the solution to the fact you're having a response to not doing well, living alone, being alone, dealing with stuff alone. People seduce us, gaslight us. You're doing it wrong. School system, police, civil servants, again, respect to you, please. However, you're not serving the people. You're in breach of contract. Royalty is not serving the people. You are in breach of contract. However, the people are so seduced that there's something wrong with them because they don't feel good. And outside has the solution, so we pay Amazon rather than support local businesses, people who have the integrity and think outside the box. We don't support local companies and small businesses. We support people who gaslight us. The water is corrupted. Dentists respectfully push fluoride, which calcifies the pineal gland, the third eye, which we need in order to be happy. Natural law, looking at the law of nature, give and receive. We don't receive often. Shame and attention come together, so we have responses to it. However, you're not supposed to have a response to it because that means you're a failure in some kind of way, so we breed on fear. We look outside of us for solutions and we drug ourselves because we've normalized it. If you don't feel good about you, get your tits done. If you don't feel good about you, pump your penis with whatever. I mean, it's utterly ridiculous. If we want to go for penises, truth bomb. I work with a lot of people who have sexual dysfunction. You're not in sexual dysfunction. Your body is saying something's not right. The body speaks for us when something's not working for us outside of us. So you're a failure because your body's saying this is not right. It's gross. It's genocidal. Healthcare suppressed the truth. Freedom of speech is an inalienable right. However, censorship is a thing, so you get struck off and you're made to feel that you're bad and mad, and then you gaslight yourself. Integrity isn't a thing in our culture. Courage isn't a thing in our culture. Top regret of the dying. I wish I'd have had the courage to live my life rather than the life that the systems say I'm supposed to live. How's it working for you? If it's not feeling good, it's because intuitively it's wrong. It's out of alignment with natural law, what we need, tribe. We stick our elders in old people's homes because it can be an inconvenience because they're having natural responses to aging. So 30-year-old and younger people are pumping their lips, pumping their faces, pumping their asses and so on because you'll feel good if you look like something that's not human. Respectfully, I understand some people are uncomfortable with what's going on physiologically, and for the short term or long term, they need something in order to cope with that. We normalise public shaming. You're doing it wrong. Normalise it. Bullying. We normalise it. If you look at feeds people collude with and walk on by to people who are having responses to the fact that some people are vulnerable in public. So we tell lies. We promote lies. There's an echo chamber of utter bullshit and genocide on the TV, in the Hollywood movies, and. You're not feeling good, the water's corrupted. Calcifies the third eye, which we need. Dentists, and respectfully, however, push fluoride, which if you have a look on the back of toothpaste, often will say, if you swallow that shit, go and get medical attention, which will then pathologise and gaslight you. There's something wrong with you, that your body's having a response to carcinogens, and on and on and on. We're drugged, we're Daleks, and we're made to feel, and it's normalised, that there's something wrong with you if you cannot exist alone. People come to people like me, therapists, because there's a problem. It's not a problem. You're having a response to a life that's not giving you the things that you need for the makeup of you. You're human. So we get to be careful. Royalty, civil servants, police and so on work for us. They take an oath to make sure that people are happy. We're not happy. We're Googling what's my purpose rather than understanding it intuitively and looking for elders, mentors, in order to help guide us, tribal beings. They're in breach of contract. People are in breach of contract all over the place, and we are seduced and we're colluding with it. Bullshit on TV, bullshit in the food, bullshit in the school system, and you're bad if it's not feeling good. So take a drug or drug yourself with whatever it is, alcohol, drugs, food, cigarettes, and so on. Things that corrupt our system even more, and companies are making a mint of the fact we're playing ball. So what is it that's not feeling good? People, places, and things in your life. And if they're not feeling good, it's because they're corrupted. You're not the problem. The system is the problem. Do we want to promote death, madness, and badness? Or do we want to promote getting connection, fundamental survival need from people who have the chutzpah, Yiddish term for backbone, to buck the system and say no? And often that's neurodiverse people who see bullshit and smell bullshit from a mile off because our brains work differently. We need to align more with ourselves. However, then you're mad. You're mad if you're in a psychiatric facility. You're mad if you're depressed. You're mad if you're anxious. We're anxious because we're in fear, worried about getting it wrong. We're depressed because we don't want the future to look like the past. And we're killing ourselves because we're being pumped full of crap. And then it's your problem. You're the problem. So on and on and on. That's why systems have got away with, and they're getting, us supporting them, that we need to work for them as opposed to they work for us. The people ain't happy. However, we're blaming everybody else because if you do it right, if you toe the line, if you do what's, everybody else is doing, you'll be fine. If you don't, if you listen to yourself, you're getting it wrong. Therefore, we have to shut you down, censor you, and punish you. Dictatorship. And a lot of people supporting governments and so on, you're being seduced that they're doing good stuff. They ain't. And then what? You're mad. No, we're not mad. We're having a natural response to things that don't work for us or the makeup of who we are so that we can thrive. Inalienable rights. We have them. They're God-given. The right to pursuit of happiness, a roof over your head, good food and water provided for us, and freedom of speech. People are being struck off, losing their jobs, being frog-marched out of buildings and so on, who say, this is not good. It's not aligned. It's not fair. It's not. So we collude with it, and if we don't, we're wrong. This is not free living. Land of the free. We're not free. However, it's been happening for so long because we're being groomed like you groom people for rape. Life is a trigger warning, and we don't see it. So when you're not happy, it's because you're not getting the things that you need in order to be so. Thank you, Paul. Send in love.